Okay, it looks like the red light's blinking and we got numbers clacking away. Yup, I know the key's in the ignition. We're in Essex, Connecticut. Nothing's getting stolen here. Nothing. So I came in off the highway, wanted to show you. That was the route I took for years when Alan was alive, when I was working for her. And there's a bunch of places in Connecticut I thought I might want to go to, but they're doing construction in East Lyme, where the Starbucks was that I would have gone to. And they're just tearing that whole area up. And it's like, oh, no, I don't recognize that area anymore. I mean, it's neat to see what they're doing, but then it's like, no, it's just industrialized. And I just kind of wanted to end the note in Connecticut more on this and less on a Rhode Islander note. Rhode Island. This little gazebo. So this is pretty much, I've been further, definitely, further in the state than this. The next stop after this is like New Haven, the void of New Haven, and then Bridgeport, and then whatever, and then New York after that. So who knows whatever is coming. But this was one of the, Ellen, she had an account here, and so she was like, well, go down and get whatever you need. Make sure you bring me back the receipt for the hardware store. And they had all kinds of stuff. I'm not going in there now, but they have all kinds of great stuff. It's they're still open, and they're a little overpriced. Good stuff, nice quality stuff, but it's just, for Ellen's account, it's fine. But for me, no, Home Depot. And they don't have anything I need anyway, besides that. But it's a quaint little shop. It's very nice. It's here in Connecticut. It's here. I feel like Mark Pyer's doing one of these in rustic, Essex, Connecticut, across from the Witch Hazel Works. I'm not sure how long that's actually been at Witch Hazel Works for a while, but I think they're like condos or something. I think they changed it. I don't think it's that. But that's Thomas the Train, steam train, well known. And I don't know how late it runs. I'm not sure if it's still running now. When it starts up, March, it may be, because all the windows, it's not insulated, it's a train, steam train. So they have a little loop they do around the area. It's all very nice, very quaint. But this was where I spent a lot of my Saturdays before I went up to Rhode Island, and even after I went up to the other state, to the college state. I would come back up here on the weekends and earn a good chunk, like the same amount in one day I earned here that I did working a week up in, give or take, back home, or new home. And so I really love this place, all kinds of neat stuff. I would go in, maybe once a week, or I would go in with Ellen. Sometimes I would go in with my dad. And they have, there's something over there I got to show you before I leave. So this was part of, they had stonemason's tools, which I would need working on Ellen's stone walls and on the property. And I got one the first year she did the Christmas, well, not the first year she did the Christmas, but one of the earlier years she went overboard, and I got 30 extension cords of all lengths, and I took all the extension cords they had here. I want to show you a really cool, I don't know if I'd call it a sculpture, but it's a three-dimensional artwork. Hopefully it's still here. On the other side of this, the building, you wouldn't really see it. Did they take it down? Yeah, it looks like they took it down. Oh no, it's still here. A little bit further back than I thought it was. It's a very Rhode Island thing to do, but I thought it's really cool. It's an art piece. Hopefully you can see that. On the one hand, it's like, oh, what a shame to do with a bike, but There we go. I think you can see that there. Yeah. And with lights. Yeah. You're very clever. A wagon wheel, legitimate wagon wheel. Old-timey stuff. Yeah, and I think that's new. Relatively new. And see the fountain. Very rustic, very nice. There it is. Perfect, right behind me. Just wanted to show you that. Right by the highway, on and off, easy on and off the highway. That's Route 9, and that goes up to Middletown. I just wanted to, cobblestones, pavers, all crap that I was working with when I was at Ellen. So it just seemed fitting that this was the last stop I do in like the middle of Connecticut. I'm leaving here, not likely to come back, and brings back a lot of memories to come here. See this with Ellen, just as one last time. Everything's changing the guards. The old is getting wiped out, tossed out, canceled, whatever. It's all morphing, changing. And so you're the snake, wood snake. So as a snake sheds its skin, so too here am I. And I wanted to, I told my home group this morning that I'm leaving, and a few people came up to me, and it was nice to talk to people, but it wasn't a big party, wasn't a big to-do, but it's just it's time to go and kind of leave the memories here. That's sort of what this is it's a trip of transformation, of renewal. Leave the memories here. Everyone's gone, everyone's dead, right? So there's nothing left for me here except corpses and gravestones. And that's and what I knew doesn't exist anymore. And even after I had come up to over to the other state, there was still 18 months, longer, 2 years, that I was coming up here to Ellen's, and I didn't go back home where, Waterford, where I'm from. But so there's a closer sense of tying me here than there is where I'm from. But still, like, Ellen doesn't have that house anymore. They sold it. There's no property up here anymore. There's certainly no account here with Ellen's name on it. That's all been paid off. And if there was, I couldn't use it. And there's nothing here I need anyway. And it's just memories, So that's really what the state is. That's kind of why I haven't stopped in too many places, and because the places that I knew here in this state are gone. The other state has been wrapped up, and so now it's time to just get back in the behind the driver's seat to where we're going. Right, this is where we're looking at renewal, refresco, deflate the loopholes, defund the zero. Don't defund the police, defund the zero and other imaginary numbers. The cops are largely here to help you out. God forbid you should need them and they're not here. All right, I'm going to end this at 10, like maybe at 10:10, and it's right at 10 now. So thank you all for being here. I hope I've left you some good, wonderful things to think about. If not, maybe next video. So on to step number 3, the must.